Hey y'all, today is Sunday, April 12th. It is 11:05 p.m. and I am here to tell you about my week. So I obviously... Could you get your tail somewhere else? Here he goes. So cute. Hi. Kitty. So, let me scoot this so you can see both of us. So, I really wish I could reference my phone because... So on Monday, April 6th, I had a migraine that was pretty awful and evil. I finished my week 15 for my leadership class. I had success coaching, which I don't remember anything of. And on Tuesday, I completed my public speaking annotated bibliography. I got my THC delivery as well. I had an interview through Zoom with one of my professors for a paper that I wrote at the end of this week. And the questions, it's for my leadership class. And the questions were, and I'm not going to get into this entire interview. If you want me to, I will. But, I'll read all of this stuff because I do think it's really interesting. The assignment is titled Analyzing a Leader. The questions were, what is your official title and what did your path to this position actually look like? Outside of teaching the lab, are you involved in other leadership roles on campus? What are the different groups or people you lead? And does your approach to leading change depend on who you're working with? Who is someone that has had an impact on you as a leader? And what did you take away from them? What was the one characteristic you think every leader needs to have? What do you think is the biggest challenge leaders face today, and how do you navigate that in your own role? How have you grown as a leader, and what are you doing to keep growing? What's the advice you'd give someone stepping into a leadership role for the first time? What performance skills do you think get overlooked in an leadership? When results and relationships pull in opposite directions, how do you decide where to put your focus? How do you measure success as a leader? Is it more about what gets done or about the people who grow along the way? And then we had to tie in a campus issue, and at the time when I had picked my campus issue, I didn't realize it was going to be tied in with our final paper and that this would be a continual thing that we would keep circling back to. If I knew that, I would have picked something a little bit more general. However, I picked financial aid because at the time I was frustrated that my financial aid was very late. So the two questions on the campus issue is, from your perspective, how much of an issue is the dispersion of financial aid on campus? Has that affected how you can run your classes? And as someone working at this college, what do you think is a realistic solution? What do you think a realistic solution looks like? Is there anything you believe would get in the way of these solutions actually working? And she answered all of my questions. And she did answer all of my questions, which was very nice. We were on the Zoom meeting for about an hour, and it went really well. I love her. She's very sweet. So on Wednesday, I wanted to get all of my cleaning done and have it done when therapy started so that I could just have the rest of my day after therapy to myself. And I did. I sat down. So I got my entire apartment clean. I steam mopped. I vacuumed. I took out all my trash. And I took a shower after all of that. And then I sat down to therapy at, I believe, 12:58 p.m. And my appointment started at 1. So it was very good timing. And then after therapy, I had health coaching at 4. And I don't remember what else I did that day. And then on Thursday, April 9th, I ended up getting groceries and I got Tomodachi Life, which I'm so excited for the Tomodachi Life game. I am so excited for this game. I've never been this excited for a game except for Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4 releasing. But that's different because I liked Deltarune prior to 3 and 4 releasing. So that didn't really count to me. Friday, I was supposed to do my final paper, but I don't think I did anything on Friday. I ended up canceling my appointment with my primary therapist, and I'm switching to a new one because I like his style of therapy a lot more. Plus, he acts as a triple threat exposure therapy for me, just in and of himself. He is a man, for starters. That's exposure therapy number 1. He is a man who looks like my father, which is exposure therapy number 2. And exposure therapy number 3 is he is a man who looks like my father and has my father's interests. And on top of that, I just like his style of therapy a lot more. he actually interacts with me and engages with me and gets me thinking. And within 2 sessions, he was able to get me out of autopilot when talking about stuff. And I legitimately almost started crying talking about how I need to be kinder to myself, which is crazy to me considering I very rarely cry in therapy. And if I do, it's usually not in relation to anything important, or it's in relation to me being sick, like me talking about my chronic health issues. I think I cleaned on Saturday too, so I didn't really do anything except for cleaning on Saturday. I wrote my final paper. I recorded a mini presentation for my Earth Science Lab class because that was an extra credit assignment. And then I did another assignment, but I don't remember what it is right now off the top of my head. But I finished a bunch of assignments, and I think I'm actually like completely 100% done. My Earth Science Lab class and my leadership class. I think I've finished everything for those two. And the only class left is my public speaking class, and that's only because we have like speech presentations we have to do. So we have to, like, I do those in order. I have to do those chronologically. I can't really work ahead and do that. I already wrote the outline for this coming speech, and all I have left to do, present this speech, write one more outline, present one more speech, and then I think I'm done with that class because there's about 2 more weeks in this semester. I spent a lot of time organizing my Procreate this week, the feature where you can like have separate libraries, and I've been meaning to... Okay. I was worried he was going to throw up. He looked funky. Anyway. Oh, you're so cute. You're such a little cutie patootie. You're so precious. Look how cute he is. I love him so much. I love both of them so much. Lucas. He's being weird again. But I've been finally going through all of my billions of brushes on Procreate and finding the ones that I like. And I've made 2 folders. A favorites folder where I'm putting all the ones that I like. And then I have a stamp folder because I didn't want them to be in the same place. And I didn't want to like just have one singular stamps tab with all of my different types of stamps. I wanted to be able to like have a stamps thing and then have different folders with different types of stamps. And I didn't want the favorites to be super cluttered. So I have 2 libraries, especially because I don't really use stamps as much. I've also been trying to figure out like a game plan for my Patreon, and I've also been uploading stuff to my Patreon to have like buffer on my Patreon so that it uploads every day. I have a bunch of posts scheduled out, I think through like April 25th. And right now it's April 12th, so like there's more than 10 days of me posting on Patreon daily. And I'm just going through all of the stuff just uploading it in front. I'm uploading it not in chronological order because I feel like that would be really horrible to figure out. But I'm going through each and every folder of mine on Procreate, and I'm just batch downloading everything and then uploading it all individually on Patreon. I think I finally decided on like a day when I'm going to send out my newsletter or my personal update thing or stuff like that and live streaming. So the monthly Discord Patreon call is going to be the second Monday or Tuesday of the month for 1 hour at either 12 or 1 p.m. The newsletter is going to be the first week of the month. The personal newsletter is going to be the 3rd week of the month. My live stream schedule, I'm thinking of doing Fridays from 8 to 9 p.m. or 9:30. And then the outreach committee that I volunteer at is currently Thursday at 4 p.m. But that might get changed, and we also might drop out of doing that. So, and by we, I mean me, myself, and the chair. I think I'm going to start doing that stuff in May. So for the rest of today, there are some things I still need to do tonight. Recording this video was one of them, and then also editing and scheduling this video is another one, but that's going to be pretty easy. I wanted to revamp my art Discord server, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do that tonight. I wanted to schedule more Patreon posts, fill out my weekly to-do list so that I know what I'm doing all week on the specific days, and then I want to get back to organizing Procreate because that is something I want to be done very quick. I will tell you my to-do list for next week because it's relatively short. I have to do my infomercial speech outline, which is that next one I had talked about. I want to work on Catholic and Cowgirl. I want to figure out a font, a title font, redesign characters, and then maybe even start storyboarding. I have my committee meeting on Thursday, which is unfortunately also the same day that Tomodachi Life drops. So I'm going to be gone for an hour of my day on Thursday. I will need to write the April 30th agenda, send out the minutes for the 416 meeting, which is the meeting that happened that day, and also I need to send out a 416 reminder tomorrow on Monday. I need to do therapy homework. I need to really lock in on laundry. I didn't do any laundry this week. I need to fill my planner, edit, schedule, vlog, plan a day for my organization, and then also start writing literature again for that. Especially now that my schedule is significantly more open. Now that I have finished most of my classes, I'm hoping that I can get that done. Anyway, so I have yapped plenty. I am tired. I will say, as a personal feat, I had the Fredo Knorr's pasta sides for dinner, and it was very good. And I almost want one right now. I don't know if I'll do that. It might make me sick to eat that much this late. However, I do think I will be making a snack, which will probably consist of tater tot crowns and pizza stars, because that has been my go-to snack these last couple days. And I am hungry, I fear, so I would like that. So I'm going to get to work on editing this vlog and doing the rest of my stuff for tonight so that I can just chill out the rest of the night or fall asleep. Who knows? I'm also going to try to make it a point to sleep in my bed this week, which might be a horrible week because I'm about to start my period. But I do want to sleep in my bed. Fun fact that isn't very fun at all. I haven't slept in my bed since before December of 2025. And it's trauma related, so don't make fun of me. Don't be mean to me because it's trauma related. You can't be mean to me. I don't care. You can bully me about it. I sometimes get into these like times where I just have a really hard time getting into bed, and I just have not been able to do it. And it's especially been a lot harder because I've been letting myself just sleep on the couch. So I fear I need to expose myself to my bed, especially considering I bought a bed, like a real mattress and bed frame for this apartment. And I don't fucking sleep in it. I sleep on this couch, and this couch hurts my ass. And additionally, sleeping on the couch has made it really difficult for me to sleep properly, because when I hang out in the same place that I sleep, I'm significantly more tired. So that I've been sleeping on the couch, my brain associates the couch with sleepy time. So sitting on the couch makes me tired and makes me more lethargic. And that's not good for me. That just makes my chronic fatigue a lot worse. So yeah, I need to get back on sleeping in my bed because this is absolutely fucking ridiculous. I'm gonna go. It is 11:38 p.m. and I'm gonna go make a snacky snack. And once again, I hope I have a good night, and I hope you guys do too. Thank you so much for watching. Check out my Patreon if you want to. I believe the link is in the bio, so check it out if you want to. My cheapest tier is $5 a month, and you get quite a lot. You can also subscribe as a free member, and you still get a lot for being subscribed for free. I don't remember how you do it, so Godspeed. Thank you so much for watching this vlog, and I will see you next week. Bye!